right, let's hop into it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's game one in a brand new series. To the bottom right side of the map, it is our blue Protoss,
Zoun,
with his opponent to the top left, the red Terran,
Cure.
But gonna mention this again briefly, not because I'm trying to push anything anywhere. I just want to make sure everyone knows the options there. Before I say what I'm about to say, the prize pool today is fully covered. We don't have to do any fundraising whatsoever, but we do have a match arena open for this. And you can either A, use your own hard-earned cash to fluff up the prize pool and give the players a bit more cash if you really want to support the players in the tournament. But also B, there are some free options on the right-hand side. Things like subscribe to our YouTube channel or check out 24-Hour Fitness and other Match Arena clickables that you can also click. It takes 2 seconds to click and it adds money to the prize pool. I know not everybody's going to, but theoretically with like 2,000 people, if everyone clicked one of the 5-cent links, we could really pump up a prize pool. But just mentioning it, we're good. Like I said, $250. This is end of year budget stuff that we didn't spend before 2019 was over. It's fine. So the players are covered. Everyone's getting paid for this. Even 8th place. Just making that perfectly clear for anyone who has not been following that. But just now, got a little bit of a donation from Logic. Logic, thank you for the $5. We love you, Rifkin, you funny fucker. Thank you. Don't know how to reply to messages like that, but thank you. Now, as we have this Reaper head across the field, there's not a lot to really reveal at the moment. I know we just watched TvP with Supernova and Zest not too long ago, but I don't think this will look anything close to the same. Cure's a pretty standard player. I do love watching Cure play for a lot of what makes him good, and that's through things like macro. He doesn't typically do a lot of weird builds where he proxies a starport and follows up with mech or anything. So I don't think we're actually gonna see anything too crazy out of this game in terms of like builds or decision making. It is just gonna be Cure versus Zoun. TvP, pretty plain and simple. Thank you for the 50 bits, Dylan. I'm not sure why the alert is going off for that. It shouldn't be, but thank you. Also, I kind of forgot about Muxies. Terminator used to spam Muxies all the time. It's like the only one. Also, I don't know why that just reminded me. I commissioned another artist to do a version of Factory Jan, and supposedly, I say supposedly here very tentatively, supposedly this week I'm supposed to get the finished product, which I'm looking forward to. So we can add another Factory Jan to the Factory fam. I will say this though, working with artists can sometimes be so frustrating because some of them are really great at communicating, but a lot are not. Like for every story I see, and I sympathize and agree with, there's so many stories out there, right, where artists are getting ripped off by big YouTubers, or they're like, oh no, we'll pay you an exposure, not money. Side with your artist, pay your artist. Like, I'm all for that, right? I just want to make that very clear before I say what I'm about to say. But for every one of those stories I see, there's one like this guy I commissioned to do this piece who doesn't respond for 2 weeks at a time, doesn't give you an estimated arrival date, doesn't give you updates when you ask for them. It's infuriating because they're so talented, but just so bad at managing themselves. Like, I think 3 weeks ago, I'm like, hey man, so when do you think this project would be done? Didn't get a response. Messaged again a week later. Oh, it's a work in progress. I'm like, cool, but that doesn't give me the one thing I asked for, which is like an estimated time of being finished. Anyways, ranting aside, Starcraft action kicking up. Following the medevac now into the base. It's so frustrating. I'm sorry. Anyways, medevac floating into the base gets a little bit of a freebie as Cure finds Sound out of position, having chased this down through the middle of the map. But one Marine goes with 2 probes. Not really terrible and not really great. It was really important that there was a warp prism, by the way. If Zoun didn't see the tank on the high ground, he may have continued pursuing the Cyclone. And if he did, he would have lost 2 or 3 stalkers almost without doubt. But Blink is done, and you know, if you show this many stalkers in a game, even without revealing Blink, most players can tell that it's going to be Blink. So you see Cure kind of set up a bit back over here on the high ground. This is so that if the Stalker's blinking in the main base, that tank can at least get a shot back rather than get picked off. Because if the tank sits too close to the ledge, the Stalkers just kill the tank. This is really important because sometimes you'll even see a bunker paired with this, but Cure is very prepared for this to come in. Even if an attack hits the front, there's a bunker and a tank covered here. If the attack tries to go to the main, tank, Marines, Cyclone. There is realistically no way for Zoun to get in here without taking fairly significant Stalker loss. Oh, you guys in chat are totally right, but it's fine because stuff like that I don't mind working around when it comes to like commissioning art or getting people to do things. It's just more like a communication breakdown, I think, a lot of the time. Like if you tell me straight up, hey, by the way, I'm gonna put you in the back of the queue, I have no problem with that because at least I know where I am. But it's more like just no communication at all. So frustrating to work with. This, by the way, totally translates to players in Starcraft as well, but that's another story for another day. Viking lands over here to the natural base and kills a couple of ropes, but also forces some army units to be warped in reaction. This medevac is still waiting for the opportunity to go in, and while all this goes on, of course, Cure is doing a great job deflecting any potential attack in the main base. In fact, I think the observer just got picked off too, so there's no high ground vision anymore for Zoun. This is kind of one of those the jig is up moments, but oh my god, that blink micro is sexy. I'm sorry, but even as a Protoss hater, gotta respect good blink micro when you see it, and that was well executed. So I don't think he lost hardly any. No, he lost no Stalkers to that, and mostly the damage he took was just shields. That's not gonna happen next though, because if that same fight goes down again, Stim will be done, and it's not gonna be as easy to escape damage. I think Charge just finished for Zealots too. They were looking pretty quick. If you guys don't know about the new movement speed of Zealots, passively they move as fast as Bio does while stimmed. So you don't really get to run away from these or kite them the same way you used to. And it's gonna be pretty frustrating to deal with that if they charge in. But oh, Zoun not looking back at home. 2 Widow Mines, look at him burrow. 2 kills, 7 kills. And of course he's gonna try and get, oh, he saves them with a medevac too. Damn, that is twisting the blade right there. Zoun's army in the middle of the map is so awkward too. This is just not pressuring anything. Like the last thing you want to do is posture in a position where you only like lose. If you're posturing around a 4th base, at least you're denying a 4th, right? But if you just postured out in the middle of the map, you're not really gaining anything from this, and can sometimes even punish you if you get caught out of position. But despite the risks to no reward ratio, it's fine. Zoun's not in any real danger. I'm just highlighting that this can sometimes be a dangerous place to sit idle. Is Zoun Korean? Yes, Zoun is Korean. We confirmed that before the game. I keep thinking he's Chinese for some reason. I think it's just because I'm a lot less familiar with Zoun than I am with other people. But yeah, he's an ex-SKT B teamer. So he's been around for some time. We just not in the limelight, I suppose. Whoa, is this a 5 a.m. stream? How does Riffy sound so awake? Drugs. Caffeine. Passion? Starcraft. I don't know. Pick an answer. Actually, the real answer is, why do I sound awake? Because it's my job to sound awake, dude. You want to watch somebody who's going to put you to sleep while they're casting Starcraft? Go watch Wardy. Oh, no. The tanks take a big shot from those disruptors. No pickup on the medevacs to save him either. He's actually just leaving them unsieged on purpose. An interesting move because at least he can do some medevac micro with them. And tanks have really good single target damage. The biggest advantage to see... Oh my god, he gets out of there with the tanks. Oh god, even if he stims the bio, Zealots will still give chase. Look at this. Charge is ridiculous. But yeah, for those who are unaware, tanks actually do pretty much the same, if not like about close to the same damage while unsieged. The key difference is though they can only hit one target at a time, whereas obviously in siege mode they gain range and can splash a bit. So leaving them unsieged was actually not horrible by any means. But man, they are so dead. Like 13 health in these tanks. They are dead to anything that comes to them. Cure lost so many units retreating. Yes, it was unfortunate too. But he does have an upgrade lead. He's coming up on now soon to be 2-2. Zoun is only a +1 weapons. No armor for this foreseeable future. So any fight that Cure takes, it is a massive damage favoring him. And on top of this, he's going to have EMPs soon. He's researching enhanced shockwaves for the bigger EMPs, stripping away those shields. Unless these disruptors get some straight up magical, absolute my pants type shots off, probably Zoun's going to be in trouble. I do like what he's done with the spread of units, though. Picking off the observers, but zealots as well, just to block bases or see if fourths are taken. It's a pretty important scout, too, because you're not sure if Cure is actually going to start going all in or not. Cure definitely has plans to continue expanding, by the way, but it's just that question Zoun has to ask, right? Because he's just expanded himself. Can he afford to get greedy, or does he have to still pump up the army? Which, by the way, he does have to still pump up the army. What's really tough to watch too is that retreat. You can see you can see exactly when the retreat was sounded, but thanks to really good macro and some sick production and good income too, Cure's already caught back up in army supply. Actually, Zoun lost quite a bit too on that fight, so I guess the retreat wasn't that bad, but that's just that dip of red, that dip of Terran dying. Both players have a really good worker count. Well, I haven't highlighted the income. Mules, baby. You never want to be on the same worker count as Terran because they have mules. So Cure's got a lot of money to work with. He's at a fair bit more he can afford to lose as well. Even if these zealots do kill some SCVs, realistically, this just opens up more supply for the army because Cure does not need 70 workers right now. Upgrades. Yeah, upgrades have been a problem for Zoun for this whole game. Are you gonna defend this Cure, or are you gonna go for broke? I mean, he's got so many EMPs. A fight is certainly possible, but oh, disruptors are so terrifying. Disruptors are also so exciting to watch. I do firmly believe, though, that Zoun is gonna have to pull back. The army fight down here was enough to pressure a recall. Unfortunately, that does expose some of the army. Cure doesn't give chase, but I think he could have. Does Starcraft have like pop caps? What is a pop cap? Sounds like a modern day POG system or something. Side note, does anyone remember POGs? POGs and Slammajamas, man. The 90s were a wild time. Oh, population cap. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? I'm just so used to calling it supply, I guess. Oh, that disruptor doesn't quite get the good shot at the end, but it kills the command center. Unfortunately, it comes at the cost of almost every single disruptor going down. Some zealots killed some more SCVs up here to the top side. Cure's economy absolutely destroyed. But being 3-3 in upgrades versus somebody who is 2-1, soon to maybe be 2-2, plus the EMP advantage, I'm not worried for Cure yet. At some time, at some point, the upgrades do eventually equalize, but it's still a considerable time away. The observer sees the army coming, by the way, so nice intercept here with the stalkers. I don't know if the blink was worth it, though, because concussive shells will kill a couple of these now. There's not that many disruptors in play. It's more about the Colossus, but at the same time, there's quite a few Vikings. Hey, CK Walsh, hope you're doing well, Cullen. Happy holidays and all that. Thank you for the 50 months. All right, chat, it's my 50-month anniversary. Let's make this special. Well, 50 months is already pretty special, man. I got too much money, have some. Oh, $5 too, and I'm sure it's a bad joke attached to it. I can't tab out right just a second, but I'll read it as soon as we get a break in the action. Because this attack is looming in the middle of the map. Oh, it's tough to say how this goes. Disruptor shots and EMPs are both so deadly from both sides of this. Picks up in the medevac to dodge the shots, but that medevac's got 7 health. Blasted out of the sky by the Archon. And Cure's in full retreat. Oh, God. And to the top side, too, that Warp Prism needs to be dealt with, or there's going to be more Zealots warping in. Zoun continues to give chase. Zoun does not have an overwhelming army supply. He could be walking into a really terrible spot. He doesn't have the observers to see this coming, so this is so scary. Oh, God. Is this going to be like 100 jokes? CK Walsh should get another $5. Thank you, man. EMP's hit, and we finally have a small break so I can try and tab out. Oh, what does he say here? For the rest of the tournament, every dollar donated to Base Trade TV, I'll match it, plus match it to the prize pool, up to $100 match for each. Oh, wow. That is a really bold promise. Thank you, dude. Talk more about that after, though, because here comes that fight. I'm not sure if this will be the last one, but the Vikings take out the Colossus. The Bio absolutely concaves on top of this. The +3 weapons are shining through. And Cure crushes the attack. His economy's recovered a little bit behind this too, so giving a counterattack is not out of the question, whereas before it was way too expensive for him to even consider. That being said, though, he doesn't know what the army looks like entirely despite that scan, so he's playing a little scared. I don't blame him for doing so. Oh, I just read your messages, Colin. I'll read those out in a second. I was a little confused by that. Thank you. EMP's land. Base probably gonna go down here. I mean, it's just, I don't see a world where this doesn't die. Sound still, of course, is the bottom left mining. Thank God for this planetary. Well, thank God for the missile turrets around the planetary, more importantly. Shadow Strike is done. Blink is here for the DTs, but I don't think it's a game about the DTs at this point. Spreading versus the Disruptors once again takes those shots, no problem. Collapsing on top of the Disruptors, focusing them down before they can even detonate. Vikings with the DPS! GG Cure finally wrestles victory away and takes the first game in the series. But let me reread these because I want to make sure this is correct. First off, obviously, again, thank you for the 50 months, Colin. It's always great seeing you around, man. Donating $5 to say for the rest of the tournament. For every dollar donated to Base Trade TV, I'll match it, plus match it to the prize pool, up to $100 match for each. Then he says, let's donate to charity as well. So I will also match any donation to Base Trade TV /Matcherino to Doctors Without Borders up to $200, which is, by the way, a beyond generous gesture. Thank you. Mark BT, thank you for the 46-month resub as well. HJK as well just now. Thank you for the 8 months. But yeah, so... Oh, I missed one in the middle. I'm sorry. What did I miss? Oh, on top of that, for every dollar directly donated to Matcherino, I'll match as well. Sorry, I thought that was a duplicate message. I just like auto-brained past it. So basically, if you guys... If anyone out there is feeling kind enough to treat me well... Cullen will bump it up, but then also donate it to charity, which is really cool. And I'm all for Doctors Without Borders. So, 2 thumbs up and thank you. If you guys are just tuning in, by the way, this is the end of the round of 8. We still have both of the semifinals and the grand finals to play out. Lots of Starcraft still coming up. So, thank you for joining me. And thank you again, Cullen, for that offer. I'll mention that again after a few more games so that it's fresh in people's minds. But yeah, basically, if you guys donate to the prize pool, if you donate to the channel, CK Walsh was offered to match it, which is cool. And then, of course, charity as well. So super, super hype. I said super, super hype in the least hype way possible. Let me redo that. It is freaking awesome that he's willing to donate to charity on StarCraft 2's behalf, I guess. But also... that maybe we could spoil Rifkin Rotten a little bit. So I'm telling you right now, if you guys got like $2, $3 routing around in your PayPal, I'm gonna beg. I don't care. Shamelessness. Please consider donating to the channel. Or if you don't care about donating to Rifkin, consider donating to the Matcherino because the prize money there will go to the players. But hey Rifkin, I hope your pain issues are getting better. Best of wishes. I'm doing okay. My back's still a little bit messed up, but I'm able to go to the gym again, which is nice because sitting around all day is boring. Anyways, it's game number 2. Sorry, so distracted. So much is happening. Bottom right, Zoun. Top left, it's Cure. And we got donations coming in aplenty because of, I guess, that wonderful offer. So I had closed this thinking nobody would donate. Let me just open my window again really quick. Al Roker, or AI Roker. Thank you for the $5. No message. Wildcard tipped $6.90 because they are a memer at heart. Again, no message. And then Swoop tipped $5 to say, since my boy is matching amounts. Thank you guys. That is absolutely lovely and super nice. Yeah, don't worry about my health stuff too bad, guys. I mean, I've been overweight my whole life. A herniated disc is nothing new to me. And as much as it took me out of commission, you know, as I get older, it takes longer to get better. I'm pretty much good to go. Like I said, I just gotta make sure I don't push it too hard. It's difficult sitting down for long periods of time, but I'll do it. We got some good Starcraft. I'm here all day. Well, as long as the tournament lasts, I suppose. So much lag. Well, hopefully not on the broadcast, but thank you for the 15 months. Okay, Kira's got this Reaper opened up, but it did not see the probe. Dylan, thank you for the $5. No message attached. Sorry, the reason I'm saying no message attached, just to be clear, is because everybody's not writing a message and I'm not sure if it's bugged or not. So if you hear me say no message attached and you actually wrote a message, just at me in the chat and I'll read it out. If Rifkin donates $100 to base trade, that means he won't. Do you know how, first off, ignoring how inefficient that is, do you know how lame that is? Cullen is actually like a longtime friend and super nice guy on the channel. The last thing I'm gonna do is like exploit him for $100. Get out of town. You know what sucks though? There's totally people out there who would do that. I know it's a joke, but shake my head. Whoa, 1,000 bits from Lumberjack. Well, 1,003 to be precise. He Bane busts everybody in the chat. Say, glad to see Base Trade TV broadcasting some good games on a Sunday morning as opposed to those rubbish games on Wardy's channel. I mean, who's Solar? Anyways, has anyone ever heard of Solar before? Bunch of no-names over on Wardy's channel right now. Am I right? No, obviously I'm teasing. If you guys do want lots of StarCraft, you got it today, though. I didn't plan to conflict with Wardy in scheduling, but you know what? It's going to happen sometimes. I did write a message. It didn't show apparently. The message was no message attached. Please read. Shut up. I can't believe I just fell for that. What is this, my second day on the internet? I'm mad. Oh, but not as bad as Zoun's going to be when he loses the Oracle to that Widow Mine. Oh, man, that was so obviously placed there too. Unfortunate for Zoun. That was a little... Like, I'm just gonna call it as I see him. That was lazy. That was bad. Zoun should have been controlling that better. There's no reason that Widow Mine should have killed the Oracle. And with that having gone off, by the way, now there's no threat. Even if another Oracle comes across the map, no threat because not gonna be here to defend. So coming across the map now with this march of very, like, it is a weird push, right? This is a 2 Widow Mine, 2 Marine, 2 Hellion, 1 Reaper, 1 Viking push. This is far from normal. But there's also nothing to really stop it, and the Widow Mine going off again. Goes the Phoenix. Granted, lost the Viking, kind of sucks, but Zoun has so few units to work with that this army attack, you know, we got a tank up here. Oh my god, it's gonna be in range of the pylon. This forces the adepts to come in for the fight. Lifts up the siege tank. Okay, that's kind of annoying. Sorry for the zoom ins and keep pressing the wrong button. Trying to get underneath. But with the Widow Mines not going off on the adepts, looks like these are gonna hold. It's a shame he couldn't get the tank out of there. Ooh, nice double kill with that Widow Mine. And the friendly fire didn't kill the siege tank. So this tank, by the way, ends up soaking up enough damage for the reinforcements to get here and continue pushing. The Viking is also really troublesome for this situation. And I see you guys. I'll read your messages in a sec. Love you. Thank you so much. Picks up with the medevac, but the medevac's kind of a prime target for the Phoenix. Lifts up a Viking. Okay, that's... I'm scratching my head on this one. Landed Viking picked up by the Phoenix. The only way that could have gotten better if the medevac somehow picked it up first. But these attacks have been stopped. Zoun holds. But more importantly, if you guys weren't paying attention, Zoun expanded at the end of this. So he's feeling pretty confident about this final hold. Phoenix are an absolute great way to deal with what's on the field right now, and way better than Oracles. They can break lock-ons and they can pick up tanks. It makes a lot of sense. But Cure is continuing his game as well. This was not all in. He has got a third base finishing up here very soon. But who just donated? So oh wow, we had a couple donations. I'm sorry, I missed both of these. Thank you for the 1337 from Anonymous. No message, but a gamer nerd at heart. God, it's so crazy to think about, like, when's the last time Leet was relevant, right? But like to all of us who like started on the internet, like it's kind of a, like, we all know what that is. No one does Leet speak anymore though. That's not a thing. It's like cringe. I'd rather do the Fortnite floss than Leet speak. But then was this alien_VGC donated $5. saying, love Bay Street TV, love Rifkin, love this whole match idea. Whatever can make my dollar go further for you, for Bay Street, for Starcraft, for freedom! Happy face, LOL. Well, that got real Braveheart towards the end of it. Thank you for the donation. My only regret was not reading that with epic music playing in the background. 500 bits from Camix SC2. Thank you so much. Oh, Viking could land here. This could be some free kills. It's 2 shots to kill a probe because they do 20 damage versus mechanical. It's 47 is still in the chat. Can you link that Viking picture you did? Can we just have chat analyze why Vikings do more damage to mechanical units? Because it is the StarCraft government's best kept secret, and I think it's time that we expose Terran. Ridiculous. I was born in Scotland, but I live in the USA. Well, that makes the Braveheart shouting make more sense, I suppose. Oh no, is Chicken Man here? Chicken Man came in the chat to say only cool kids do leet speak. He's such an old man, Chicken Man. Yo, there we go. Okay, click the link. I'll show it on stream after the game. But that right there is the secret untold reason why Vikings got a weird buff to do 20 damage bonus versus mechanical only. They swapped out the ammunition from bullets. Well, actually, what are they called? I wish these Vikings would land. Whatever. Wait, what are these called? Lancer torpedoes? What a stupid name for an ability. Oh, just call them torpedoes or missiles. Lancer torpedoes? Get the out. Anyways, my name prejudice aside, though, it's because they replaced the bullets with screwdrivers, and each screwdriver removes a screw, which makes sense why it would affect mechanical units and not biological units. I mean, if you throw a screwdriver at me, it's gonna hurt, but it's not gonna unscrew any important bits holding me together. So I'm just saying that picture is way too accurate. Also, 47 is so talented. If you guys haven't seen his StarCraft work, he does some seriously sick StarCraft art. I feel bad for Zoun right now. There's not a lot of openings to take advantage of Cure. I mean, that's the Cure's, of course, own skill and accomplishments in the game. But my fear is that if he doesn't do something soon, Cure's just going to have that same army that he had last game. And this, by the way, what was like one of the first things I said in the series? Like, Cure's just a standard player. He doesn't play cheesy. He doesn't rely on weird tactics. This is his jam. He's just hitting his strides with his macro. I think the biggest difference between the games is Cure doesn't have 3-3 while Zoun's on like barely 2-2. Vikings getting the shots off on the Phoenix, pushing those off. Missile turret gonna get denied a little bit. This missile turret will probably be a lot more valuable for stopping warp prisms than Phoenix necessarily, but it's still good to have them. That sounds wrong. Vikings would repair mechanical units when they throw screwdrivers at mech. Well landed. Okay, that might be true, except for the universal rule of lefty loosey, righty tighty. And as all you know, when you shoot a bullet out of a barrel of a gun, it's given a spin. Same with these screwdrivers. They only spin left. They are anti-Zoolander. Wait, shit. Could Zoolander not turn right? Maybe there's Zoolander screwdrivers. Oh my god, you know what? The units in this game have dumb names for abilities like Lancer torpedoes. Can we just call those screwdrivers Zoolander screwdrivers? Because they can't turn right to tighten and repair. They can only turn left to loosen and do damage. It's brilliant. Zoolander screwdriver attack. That sounds like a finishing move in like an anime or something. We've got some more donations coming in, which I'll get to in a moment, by the way. But thank you everybody who has been contributing to this matching generosity. As soon as the game's done, we'll take a moment to read over all of them. Unpowers the pylon, but unfortunately no escape, so this bio's just gonna have to do as much damage as it can. Any target fires down the Phoenix. I love this because it is very unlikely that Zoun will remake a single one of those Phoenix before this game is done. So removing those units makes a lot more sense than targeting like a Zealot. Using the snipe from the Ghosts on Zealots is a one-shot. Not often visited ability, but just it works. The disruptor shots are just kind of missing. I'm not sure what's going on with Zoun. Some of these disruptor shots, like the one that just hit, have been pretty fantastic, and some are just going off into like an adventure in Africa. Like, I don't know where some of these shots are going. Vikings do concentrate to kill the last Colossus. Planetary trying to hold on. Cure brought a lot of those units to deal with the Zealots, so he's rushing back now to fight the army. Vikings on the ground kill some of the disruptors, and that's always good to see. But at the end of the day, Cure's down a base from this attack. Zoun and Cure also smashing faces, with the difference being Zoun's got a better economy to fall back to. Yeah, both players say huge nosedives in terms of overall army supply. Click the landed Viking. Oh yeah. It's just called Gatling Cannon? Are you kidding me? That's so lame. I'm telling you, Zoolander Screwdriver. It's the Zoolander Screwdriver attack. Or the Gatling Zoolander, I guess. Whatever. For legal reasons, it's not Zoolander. Oh, this is so down to the wire. But I think with the disruptors being out of commission, the Bio's going to overtake this, because as the shots go off, he's so far away that Kier can just pull back. And the splits have been pretty good. Like, not just all right, but pretty freaking good. Now, as far as recovery goes, he does have this other base now established to the top right, so it's not like Kier's economy is going to disappear, and he's had a lot of money to work with prior to this engagement. But when you consider both players have almost equal resources lost, like, this is actually insane how close this is. But one player's had more money over time. That's a big part of explaining why Kier is still, in my opinion, in a great spot this game, despite having lost a base like that. For legal reasons, that's a joke. I'm just waiting for Rifkin to acknowledge my donation. Okay, that's fair. Hold up. I can get to that in just a sec. I'm tabbing out now since we have some break in the action. Want to give a big thank you to So Much Lag. So Much Lag donated a big dick $25 donation. Say, hey, I heard about the good thing CK Walsh is doing, so I will make him do it. All right, dude, go play other video games with the stream on mute. Thanks for stopping by. Anonymous donated $4.20 to say, for the beer I never bought you in Toronto Comic Con. Oh my god, that was forever ago, dude. For the beer I never bought you at the Toronto Comic Con / Starcraft 2 tournament 2014, where Flash won. Glad to see you're still at it. Keep up the good work, dude. That is a wild memory. Thank you for the $4.20. Al Roker for another $3 coming in to say, that beer tip was mine. Bloody hell, the kids keep bothering me and I keep forgetting to either put the message or the name in. Well, you know what? Tell your kids I said thank you, because they netted me like an extra couple of bucks. Sorry, I'll explain better to what's going on for those who haven't been keeping up. But 47 is, or excuse me, CK Walsh is just being a generous guy today. Oh, disrupt on the right side, not quite gonna hit, but EMPs do. This army has no shields. The full concave from Cure. And I think with the disruptors going down and the Colossus falling, this is becoming a little too much to handle. If there was more Archons in the army, I think I'd be more agreeable to Zoun, but nope. GG. Cure takes the game and this series with a pretty solid 2-0. Thus concludes our round of 8. But now we know what these semifinals will look like. And on the top side, we have Zest versus Patience in a PvP. And in the bottom side, we have Cure versus Tasia in a TvT. Somehow... Wait a minute. Is this broken? There's no Zerg. I don't think this is a real tournament. Is this fake? Have we... We can't go into the semifinals with no Zerg. Don't they know this is StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void? Okay, let's get recapped on what's going on. Because we are going to take a break before we hop into the semifinals. But before we get into the break, CK Walsh has decided to celebrate his 50th month on the channel by offering to match up to $100 in donations, but also donate to Doctors Without Borders, which is a charity that I've pretty much been following loosely my whole life. I really wish that I had the freedom to do more charity streams, and if I did, they would definitely be one I would pick. So the fact that he picked that one makes me really want to push this. Not just a sellout for me, but it's a good charity. But He also mentioned matching prize money on Matcherino, if I recall. Although CK Walsh, you can correct me because I don't. You put like 3 conditions in, and I didn't read them all properly. But from what I understand, if you guys put money into Matcherino, he will match to help bump up the prize pool for players. If you donate to the channel, it will match to give me some more money, but also donations for Doctors Without Borders. Again, great charity. So today of all days, it's not just regular shilling. I'm begging you to donate some money if you've got $1 or $2 lying around, because all of it adds up to do some great things, whether it's more money to the players, more money to me, or more money for charity. So your dollar can really be stretched to go the distance. But what? I'm like sitting here segueing to like go to a commercial break. Hang on. $47 didn't just cheer 10,000 bits. No, he cheered it with a cheer mode that is like an epic sword of epicness, which nobody uses, and it breaks my heart because we spend a lot of money on those animations. So thank you for justifying my bad business decisions, and thank you for the fucking, for this, that's about $100. Thank you. No, not even about, that is $100. Thank you, 47is. And speaking of which, I said we show his art off before we got into the game. This was a commission I asked him to do quite some time ago at this point, and this is what I'm saying. This is the Viking with its patented, but not really for legal reasons, Zoolander screwdriver attack. Okay, this is why Vikings deal bonus damage to mechanical only, very clearly outlined in an easy to understand picture. Also, these probes suck. Way to die, idiots. All right, guys.
I like money.
Colin, thank you for the $100. I guess that's him matching it right there. Sweet baby Jesus. I'm looking forward to the updated cheer modes. Yeah, so if you guys like some of the more, so we've got some of the emotes that we made on the channel, like Ace Wave, Ace Haha, Ace Rip Terran, etc. All of those were done by one of my favorite emotes, Dom, or emote artist Dom, and he's regularly commissioned to do emotes for huge streamers. I'm on the wait list right now, and as soon as I get through that wait list, we're gonna have some cool emotes made up for the cheer emote badges as well. But I don't want to put anything in there beforehand because it's not gonna live up to his work. He's so talented. Anyways, everybody, thank you for everything. If I missed any call outs, just let me know, but I am going to go to commercial break because I got to go to the bathroom and we got to get the semifinals sorted out anyway. So with that being said, be back in a few moments. When we get going, I believe we're doing the PvP first of Zest versus Patience. One more quick peek here at the screen for those who I guess are on mobile, because I got your back, boys. I watch Twitch on mobile. I know how frustrating it is. So Zest versus Patience, best of 3. Tasia versus Cure, best of 3. But what's even better is the third place and the grand finals are guaranteed to be TvP. So no mirror matchups here.